What is up, guys? It is your boy, the greatest of all time, the GOAT himself, Christian FaZe, and we are back with another video game gameplay. Well, this time it's quite different, very different. In fact, it's one of my favorite games right now, even though this game has been hated upon in the 2020 era, and it's known to be one of the worst games out because how bad the graphics and how bad the game lags over time. But so far, I haven't experienced that much since the early days. I took a break from this game countless times, and I've been playing it off my stream and trying to figure out ways to make this game more interesting and more fun for myself and for the viewers out there who want to watch my channels and whatnot. A storyline, and this storyline is based off my characters. You see these characters I created. Well, some of them I didn't create, but most of them I created. Some of them are from like the character, what you call it, the character creation menu, the character that menu. I forgot what you call it, but if you let me comment below what you want to call those characters, I forgot. But you know what I'm talking about. If the ones you find where you can select the character and get them, I think they're called I don't remember. I'll remember once I look it up again. But this time we're doing a storyline, and this is called WWE 2K20 storyline. Now it's supposed to be called. I called it live because I'm always live streaming, but eventually it's gonna be short and it's gonna be just called storyline. This is part one, but originally I've already made like a whole list of the storyline already. I started from the beginning already. I've already done all that, and I'm just gonna explain to you guys how the storyline is working. So that's why I call it part one. So the reason I'm calling it part one is because it's for you guys. But I've already made the storyline. I already existed everything. So this storyline takes place after the main storyline of WWE 2K20 in my story. So if you don't remember, if you play WWE 2K20 storyline, there's two people you play as. You play as a male and a female character, and you can choose between, and you can create them and make them advance to a story, and you know, they go through the story and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to explain details, but and no spoilers as well if you never played. But if you haven't played the storyline, you're missing out because it's a really interesting storyline, to be honest with you. But some people did not like it. I for one liked it myself, and I played it twice because the first time I played it was with another storyline characters, two different characters, and these not characters, the same characters that I played from previously. The second time I'm playing this again is I start over the story, my game crashed, something happened to my game. I don't know what exactly happened to my game, but literally I lost progress. My corruption was, my game files was corrupted, and somehow I lost every progress that I made from the storyline, and I lost all my characters, all the progress that I made in this game. I lost the universe mode. I lost everything. I lost basically all the stuff, all the progress I made in this game. I lost everything, and all the trophies, no, trophies in my game are still here, but I'm saying the trophies inside the game itself are gone. The character stories is gone. What you call it? That one mode where you play as the four horsewomen mode is gone. I don't recall playing it. I don't think I'll play it a second time because I struggled beating it. So I might play it again. I don't know. Maybe I'll live stream it or play something like that. I don't know exactly. But all I know is everything I've done to this point is gone. And so I want you guys to know that. Now, enough talk. This storyline is gonna be basically simple, and I'm gonna narrate the story so you understand what I'm going, what the story is all about. But I'm gonna just put it briefly so you guys know, have a better glimpse of it as well. So as you guys know for a fact that this character right here, you see the one character with the red hat, with the black hat, that's Samantha. That's the protagonist of the storyline. That's the main character of the storyline, and her best friend Colt is also the character storyline as well. They're both part of the storyline, the main storyline. However, Samantha does not look like that in the main story. It's not called hero mode. It's called my hero mode. My career, not my hero. My career mode. In my career mode, Samantha did not look like that. And my career Colt does not look like that. He looked like that towards the very end of the storyline, and towards the very end of the storyline, he had his hairstyle this exact same way. At the end, the very, very end, after everything was completed basically. But he had longer hair. He cut his hair short and looked like that. Now the dude next to him is his older brother, but as well an underdog. But his older brother maybe an underdog, but he's still a badass. Like I'm just gonna say that right there. And this dude comes in right after his younger brother becomes the Hall of Famer. Now, if you know the story how it works, is basically both the male and the female character in the story of my career in 2K20. They're underdogs. They start as like nobodies. They basically work their way up to the WWE, go into NXT. They draft to they go to SmackDown, then they go to Raw, and then from there on they go to Raw, then SmackDown, and from on there. But then storyline, the male character was the joke of the story. That's the joke of the story, and the female character was the serious one. She's always the one that was so serious, always focused, dedicated, and all that kind of stuff. This dude was always doing goofy stuff in the story out of the entirety of the show. If you have not seen it, I should have broadcasted, but I probably did. I did a long time ago. I don't remember if it's in my video somewhere. I don't know if it's Samantha was involved with it. Samantha and Colt was involved with it. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you want to look at my videos, you'll see that I actually did do this one time. I did broadcast. I don't know if I broadcast the entire story, but I did broadcast part of the story. Don't remember off the top of my head which one I broadcast in particular, but that's what I'm calling. I'm calling it part 1 because I just want to give you guys a refresher. That's all it is. So if you have not seen my storyline of these characters, it's pretty cool. Now, enough said about that. Alice is Samantha's daughter, but in the storyline, I would say after Samantha, so basically after Colt and Samantha have successfully become WWE Hall of Famers, they decide to retire from WWE, but they want to return because they want to have the fame, the highlight again, and the fame and all that kind of stuff. Plus, they're still pretty badass people, I'd say the least. But eventually came to a point where Samantha gave birth to Alice. Now, the funny thing about Samantha, she had a not one night stand, she had a thing with some guy, and it was not Colt, because Colt and Samantha are best friends. They've been friends since we were little, and since high school kind of thing. So Colt and Samantha are best friends. They're not lovers, none like that. They're just best friends. But Samantha had relations with another man, and then that relations led to another, and somehow this man never wanted to stay with Samantha, just wanted to sleep with her in a sense. So made Samantha pregnant and made Alice. So Alice is like 21 and Samantha is like 40. Yeah, she's 40. This, like I said, this takes place after Samantha basically finishes WWE, becomes the WWE Hall of Famer, and gets inducted to WWE, that kind of thing. When she gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, this is when all things get more interesting and more exciting for both of them, Samantha and Colt. So this is a little mixed up where I add every single character in the storyline except for the characters are you see in the real life, like so I'm not going to add any characters that you do not know in the real life. So I'm trying to follow the actual WWE storyline itself, so like the actual WWE, but except the only difference is I'm not adding those characters in real life. Like most of the time I'm always going to add like these characters, so it makes an interesting twist. But again, like I said, they're going to be featured. Sometimes they're going to be featured the main characters in the storyline. I haven't watched WWE for some time, but pretty much caught up to the story. I pretty much caught up to everything at this point because I'm always updating myself to WWE because I'm a huge WWE fan. But like I'm saying about Samantha and Colt, these two are best friends, and they're. But he's called Bulldog. That's his nickname, the Bulldog. Now these guys are called blood brothers. Samantha and Alice are mother and daughter. Samantha is not only a member of the WWE, like I said, she's not only the mother of Alice, but also Alice's manager, as well as she got herself the title, or I don't call it title. Like she basically becomes a WWE manager as well. Like she becomes one of the CEOs of WWE. Now she's able to enter herself into all forms of the rosters. She put herself into NXT, SmackDown, or Raw, but she prefers to focus on Raw. She mainly focuses herself on Raw, and that's her favorite show to go on, her favorite roster, because that was her last roster to go, and she had become the Raw Women's Champion over her career, over her prime, but she didn't reign for too long. So that's why she's going back to Raw and going to draft there. But who knows? Maybe she might go into SmackDown, draft to SmackDown eventually. But as of right now, she is in Raw. Now, the person you may know in that storyline is Brooklyn Von Braun, the girl who ruined her life and ruined both her and Colt. Well, those guys are no longer enemies. They're best friends now. Weird as it sounds, they actually became friends. The reason why I made Brooklyn Von Braun and Samantha become friends is because I did not want a petty rivalry to be lasting for their whole lifetime. I didn't want it to be like a lifelong rivalry. I wanted to end the rivalry because they're they're grown-ups and they matured from that kind of experience, even though they were basically enemies to the start throughout the story, just to make the story progress with an antagonist, because the story needs to have a protagonist and antagonist for a story to be good. So don't worry, Samantha does have new enemies, new rivals, new foes that's gonna antagonize her in the story, on her life throughout the WWE. Even though she's a manager and a CEO of the WWE, she could still have people who's gonna rival with her and antagonize her. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know about people later down the road and the series beyond. Now, as well as for, like I said, if you want to know whatever happened to Brooklyn Von Braun, she's still alive, and she's still alive and well. In fact, she has her own child. I'm gonna make a child of Brooklyn. Have not made Brooklyn's child yet, because I'm still figuring out ways to make it really good. But Brooklyn Von Braun is still there. She also has a husband, but the husband is a manager. He's also CEO, but he could be a wrestler. I can make him a wrestler, but I don't know. But mainly, she has a daughter, and her daughter is gonna be the next focus, the next big thing. In fact, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking making Avril Lavigne her daughter, but Avril Lavigne is another character herself. You know about Avril Lavigne eventually, but Avril Lavigne is basically a girl who influenced Alice, and you'll figure out who this girl is. But enough talk. Let's get to the story. We're gonna talk to the story eventually, but I'm gonna continue explaining everything as much as I can. But like I'm just saying, Brooklyn and Samantha are no longer enemies, and they're best friends now. In fact, Brooklyn is basically Alice's godmother. So that means something would happen to Samantha. I keep saying Violet. I don't know. It's because of my character story. I'm confusing the Violet storyline to this storyline, so I gotta stop saying that. But Samantha and Brooklyn are best friends, and since they had their rivalries beforehand, they decided to put their differences aside and just call it quits and become friends. And they just don't want to be enemies no more. They want to be close friends. And the reason why they became friends in the first place is because Brooklyn saw how Samantha was struggling taking care of Alice when she was a baby. And at that point, Brooklyn decided to help Samantha raise Alice, and that's when they became good friends. And then eventually their friendship grew. And not only that, but Brooklyn is like Alice's godmother. So and so Alice calls Brooklyn Auntie Brooklyn. It's funny, but that's just the thing. They really are close. And Colt is really close to Samantha, regardless of their relationship. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife. They never hooked up, never got married. Colt doesn't have any kids, nor a woman yet, but he's looking for a woman. As for Alice, she's just a girl who's basically the daughter of Samantha. And this girl is not only just a daughter, but she's also a girl who's ruthless, meaning she's a girl who just wants everything to herself. She's pretty much a straight up, like, what you call, I don't know what you call the word, but she's a brat, a spoiled brat. Even though Samantha is rich, because she got famous from being the Hall of Famer, and she's also the manager of the WWE now, after retiring. So she still loves WWE too hard, and she cannot stop herself from getting WWE. So she goes back into WWE and gets her favorite WWE attire, and she starts growing hair. But if you saw, like I said, storyline, she had shorter hair. I'll show you what it looks like with shorter hair, but this is not her real hair. This is her in her 40s. So that's why she looks kind of old looking a little bit, because she's her in her 40s. That's why I gave her the long hair, because I wanted to make it look more mature kind of thing, compared to what she looks before. But yeah, now Annabelle is a character that I found from the character creator universe. I forgot what you call that mode. It's where you find characters from other people who made the characters. You know what I'm talking about. And basically Annabelle is part of the storyline, because Annabelle is Alice's worst enemy, because Alice, when she was a child, was terrified of Annabelle. She was scared of that little creature, and I'm pretty sure everyone's scared of that demon looking doll. Well, surprisingly, a person who exists in the WWE universe in my storyline, I'll eventually make that person as well, brought Annabelle to life and make this Alice's living nightmare. So enough said about that, but we're going to start it with it. So if you guys hear me talking in a funny way or saying this type of way, I'm narrating the storyline. So I got to narrate the storyline to make it sound interesting. That way no one gets bored or whatever. So I'm going to narrate in a way like this. Samantha decides to talk to Annabelle. Samantha decides to do this. This is an example. So as I start the storyline, you understand how that goes. But here we are. So we start off with the first match. In the year 2000, In the year 2017, Alice had versed Samantha. No, not 2017. Wait, should it be 2017? Let's do it. Let's do it current year. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Because like I said, I made it before where I read the year 2000. It starts since 2000. Since 2000. Since 1998. When Samantha was in WWE. I'm gonna do the math later, so don't question me. Don't question me. Don't quote me on my math, or do not mention anything wrong about math. Do not criticize me on math, because I'm pretty bad at math when it comes to math. But I'm gonna try to calculate all my storylines, calculate all the timelines, so that way it makes more sense. Because right now we're in the year 2021 for this character story, so I gotta find a way to make it so I can add up all the characters, because I know all their ages, and I gotta calculate their ages and calculate everything. Just because I can't calculate off the top of my head so simply like that. I have to actually write stuff down and figure it out as I go. So I'll give you the exact ages. I know the exact ages for each character, but the only thing is I don't know the exact date, for like the exact date and time and that kind of thing, if that makes sense. So I won't be able to tell you exactly when and what. But I'm just gonna say this, for example, Alice versus. We have our first match of NXT on what was the date exactly? I gotta look this up real quick, because it does show you the date. The date actually is there. And I could do universe mode. So we're on week 3 of May. The date is May. It doesn't really say week 1, 2, 3. So we're on week 3 of May. Let's just play a random date here. I don't even know what week, but we're on week 3 of May, and it's on NXT night, and we have 2 more days until Money in the Bank. That's the main event. Now, if you guys just see this right here, since we're backed out. Here's the main show. The first match is between Alice and. So the first match between Alice and Annabelle. Samantha's basically her manager. And then we have the tag team matches with this is not what I put. Did the game really change it up? No. What? I don't remember putting it. I don't remember having Adam Cole. I don't remember having Bobby. What? You know, whatever. I don't feel like fixing that. I remember having these tag team matches. I thought I fixed it and changed it up. Well, third match is Benny. It should have been okay, that's what the game does this every time you back out of the universe. I don't know why it does that, but it's so stupid. So this match should have been Samantha versus Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai, a triple threat match. That's what's gonna be right now. So I'm gonna make a triple threat, a normal match. Make it Samantha. So you can see Alice, that's Samantha's daughter. Annabelle. Anonymous is the dude that always talks about the government and that kind of thing. I added him. He's also from the character creator mode, whatever I forgot you call that mode, where you can get characters from other people. Avril Lavigne is basically Samantha's daughter's friend, and she's basically Alice's best friend. And Avril Lavigne is referenced from Avril Lavigne, the actual singer, and she's from the WWE, but she's not really from the WWE, but like I put her in there, and she was also from character I found from character creator. Benny I actually created myself, and Avril Lavigne is, like I said, back for Avril Lavigne, but Avril Lavigne is basically the character who's friends with Alice, and they're best friends, but she's also a bad influence on Alice, meaning she's the girl who's influencing Alice. Now, this may sound really cliche, and it really is, but their tag team names are the Bad Girls. And the funny thing about these girls, that they are the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions as of right now, and they will remain champions for quite some time. Benny, on the other hand, is brothers with Colt Collins, which is the dude I told you about in the storyline. And Benny, Bray Wyatt, Funhouse is also a character I found character creators. But Benny, like I said, this dude is the brother of Colt. So he's Benny Collins. Broly also found from the character creator of Menu, who you find people who make characters. She's also from that same Menu. I created this character, Cameron Lee. Cameron Lee is a member of Samantha's team, and she's basically around Samantha's age. Cameron Lee is a good friend of Samantha, and she's a member of the cartel. And Samantha and Cameron are members of the cartel. Now the cartel are not like now if you're thinking about the cartel, that's what they're called. That's what their team is called. But you would now I don't know if I make a storyline where I make sure well like they're actually part of the actual cartel, because a cartel is an actual drug lord business, but I don't know about that. But the reason why they call themselves the cartel is because Cameron Lee's father is an actual member of the cartel, and well, I guess you can say she's pretty dangerous and pretty bad, but like she joined WWE and she didn't want to be part of the cartel, so she called herself the cartel with Samantha because she felt that it was necessary. Plus she's a drug lord. She's the daughter of a famous drug lord, and the dude literally's name is Jose Velasquez Lee Menendez, and well, Menendez is for sure his last name short, but Jose Velasquez Lee Menendez is basically the cartel leader of the mob boss cartel. I don't know the name of the cartel, but the name of the cartel is interesting as it is, but whatever. That's not important. What's more important is the fact that Samantha and Cameron Lee are basically members of the tag team group, and these two girls are just called the cartel because, well, Cameron made up the name the cartel. That's enough said about Cameron. We'll know more about her later, but she's just a really interesting person and important character to Samantha's life as well. Chelsea Green, have not done anything with her yet, but I will figure out something, and she's also from character creation, where you find those characters from other people. Colt, I told you about a little earlier. I created him from the storyline, from my career mode, and as well as I literally brought him into the story again. We introduced him in the story. Conor McGregor, I also found him from the character's creator mode, whatever I forgot to call that when people community creations. Yes, it's called community creations. I remember it now. So this is the dude I found in community creations, and I have not done anything with Conor McGregor yet, but I'm figuring out something out. He's on Raw specifically. ER in 2019, Becky Lynch. I don't want to do anything with Becky Lynch because, like I said, because she's a real life person and she's not really around right now, there's not much to do with her, so that's why I have not done anything with her yet. This is the Fiend Bray Wyatt. I think this dude's introduced. I think this is the 2021 Bray Wyatt that's actually here, that version right here. I don't know, I have not done anything with him yet, but that's community creations. Flair, I've done something with her. She's a champion of some sort. I forgot what exact champion she is, but it's a champion. She's champion of a created title I made up. I have to figure out what it's called because I made it some time ago. She's an important character storyline as well, but she's not from my own character I created. She's actually from community creations. Ghost Rider is also community creations. I have not done anything with him yet, but I figured out some stuff to do. Goldust community creators. Grinch community creations. I have not done anything with Harley Quinn. I've done stuff with her previous in the past. Community creations. Juice WRLD community creations. Casey Canizor community creations as well. I want to give a shout out to all these characters who actually come from community creations because I'm actually using them really well. Canalys, Arcanite. I'm sorry for butchering their name, but not from community creations as well. Lauren community creations, and she's one of my favorite community creations characters. I want to give a strong shout out for this person who made this person right here. If you're watching my video, this character is one of my favorite community creations characters. I actually like this character a lot, and as well Avril Lavigne, I like her a lot too, and I actually made her an important character to the storyline as well. Leia, not done anything with her. Layla, not Layla. Marshmallow Man, I wanted something with him, but I have not figured out exactly what yet, so that's going to take us some time. Community creations. New gear for Liv Morgan community creations as well. Same person, Olivia Storm community creations. Raw 11. Basically, that's the new version of Alexa Bliss community creations as well. Have not done anything with her. Red Inferno community creations. Red X community creations. I've done some with him. Ruby Riot 2020. Samantha, this is the Samantha I told you about. I created Samantha from the main storyline, the My Career storyline, and this Samantha is the Prime Samantha, Samantha Prime. I have not used her because there's no point in using her. I just have her because I wanted to have her. Actually, I had to create her. I had to make her to bring in this one in. So like I made her not copy and paste. I just copied everything of her, but I changed her moveset a bit. But this is the Samantha from 2000, from the not 2000. I have not figured out the year yet, but don't quote me on that. This is the Samantha from the My Career storyline. I'm kind of talking funny, so it's hard to explain too well if I'm talking so fast. But this is the Samantha from the 2000, not 2000, the My Career storyline, as I was saying before. And this Samantha right here is the actual Samantha we all know and love from the My Career. And it's the same Samantha. These two are the same people. Just the only difference is this one's the older version of Samantha and the current version of Samantha, and that's why I'm using more often than this one. This one's the My Career Samantha, and she was featured in the storyline as well. In the storyline, but this one never was mentioned in the storyline. She was mentioned after the storyline, and like I said, this is a continuation of the My Career storyline, and that's why this Samantha is so important. This dude I have not used recently. This is one of my favorite characters. I created her. This is Sarah from Egypt. She literally is from Egypt. I made her straight from Egypt. That's why she went that weird garb. But she's you'll eventually know more about her later down the road. And she's a character that comes from Egypt, and she basically is a very quiet, shy, timid person. But as you get to know her more, she's really strong and happy and loving and caring or whatsoever. Savage Doc is another dude I created. He's basically literally a reference. Like he's really like a knockoff version of because one of my favorite wrestlers is R-Truth. He's basically a knockoff version of R-Truth, and a mixture of The Rock. So he's a huge fan of R-Truth and The Rock, and because of that, this dude literally is a character of those two guys. And so he grew up watching The Rock and R-Truth, and because of that, he was inspired to become like them and comes up to WWE. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Scarlet Bodox is a character that's really important to the storyline. She is the main key antagonist of Samantha. I told you that before. Samantha's gonna have a rival, some type of enemy, or some type of person who's gonna antagonize her throughout the story. Well, that was the person. Scarlet Bodox is that person, because the reason why she's a cruel antagonist of Samantha's story, is because straight after Samantha gave birth to Alice, Scarlet would criticize Samantha's daughter, saying that she's nothing but a delinquent child, and why would she raise such a delinquent person like Alice? And the reason why Alice is a delinquent is because she looks up to Avril, and Avril is basically an influence on her, influencing her to do bad things, and that's why Samantha can't really do much about Alice, because Samantha wants Alice to be happy. And even though Avril Lavigne is a bad influence on Alice, Samantha still sees Avril as a good person and charming and nice to Alice and respectful Alice, and looks up to, and basically considers Alice like a little sister and cares about Alice and would never do anything to hurt Alice. That's why Samantha is not keeping Avril out of Alice's life, even though Avril Lavigne has gotten out and put herself into trouble a lot. Whenever Alice gets herself in trouble, Avril tries to get her out of the trouble, and that's why Samantha still keeps Avril around, because she sees that even though even though Avril is a bad influence on Alice, she still wants best for her daughter. That's why she doesn't really get in between the two, but she doesn't really like Avril Lavigne like a lot, but she likes her just for Alice's sake. That's why. But Scarlet Bodox is the girl who antagonizes Samantha's daughter Alice, and also basically says that she's a joke of a mother. At the same time, says that she can't raise she's a terrible mother for raising a child like that on her own, a delinquent child like that on her own, and not being able to do anything about it. And Samantha's doing the best she can, because she's first off the WWE manager of the WWE, basically one of the CEOs of the WWE, as well as an actual superstar of the WWE from all brands. She can put herself into SmackDown, Raw, or NXT, or if she pleases, which she does most of the time. She mostly likes to put herself in other, like the main brand, which is Raw. That's her favorite brand, and she also features herself in the main events as well. But yeah, Scarlet Bodox is an important character because she's basically a character that's gonna be focused a lot, but she's that character who's gonna insult Samantha and be the antagonist of Samantha's life. That's the same person in a sense, but I mainly use this character. It makes, and that's better. It's just I like this version of the character better because this character kind of looks funny looking. This one looks, I don't know why I get that from, but these characters are from the character creators, community creators. Spawners, community creators. I have not done anything with them yet. Spider-Gwen is also a community creator, and I like this character a lot, but I'm gonna make sure I use her a lot as well. I have not done anything with her yet. Spider-Man is also from the community creators. I have not done anything with him yet. Sue Young, have not done anything with her yet, but eventually I'll figure something with these guys. I really don't know, but I actually featured her on one part of the storyline. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm figuring stuff out as I go. Supergirl is another important character as well from community creations. Most of these characters that I have are all from community creations, so these like Vanessa Vanessa Byrne is an important character. She is best friends with Lauren, the girl you saw earlier. Lauren is the character that's best friends with Samantha, so Vanessa Brooke. And as for Lauren and Vanessa Brooke, they're best friends. They're going to be tag team champions eventually, but right now the tag team champions are Avril Lavigne and Alice, and they're going to take that title from those girls. I don't know when, but they will. And these two are known as Les Feminitas. It's hard to pronounce, but you must see it to just to understand how it's spelled. And these girls are like the coolest characters, best character I liked a lot. I had this character in my previous account, my previous save progress. I'm glad I found her again. I'm glad I also find Lauren again, because those characters are my favorites so far. Whoever made these characters, props to you, because this character I'm going to use a lot in the main storyline. She's going to have a lot of importance to every single character, every single person that knows these characters. White Ranger, I don't know, I've done nothing with them yet. Wild Card, I wanted something with them. Basically, Wild Card is, if you're a Fortnite player, you know who Wild Card is. Basically, this dude is like the dude with the mask, and then has that little red dot on his eye. That's Wild Card. If you played Fortnite, Young Blood, I don't know who this dude is, but he's pretty cool. I'm gonna do something with him. He looks like a Power Ranger to me, like one of the Power Rangers Samurai. No, not Samurai. Power Rangers Mystic Force. Yeah. I've watched so many Power Rangers back in my day, so I know every single Power Rangers. This is Nightmare Liv Morgan. This was really cool. I like this one a lot, and I'm gonna do something with her for sure. She might be one of the antagonists, not the main antagonist, but one of the side antagonists of the storyline. This is 2020 Liv Morgan. You probably saw this one already, and that's basically all the characters, the characters at this point. So I pretty much babbled enough. They know all the characters, created characters, I should say. And yeah, Lauren, like I said, Lauren is best friends with Vanessa Byrne. So we are on the show now, on week 3 of Wednesday night NXT. Or maybe I will. It really depends on how this series ends. I really don't for sure how it's gonna end, because it ends after April. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Once I finish the series, I may add more. I may start a whole new series of Universe Mode. That just depends on my personal opinion. It just depends how I feel after that. But these are the superstars, as you can see. I don't really use them that much. Like, these are just all the other superstars. Most of them I'm going to be using, some of them I'm not going to be using. These are the tag teams. Nah, that makes gender tag teams. I'm talking about this. Okay, as you can see, here's the cartel. The combination of Samantha and Cameron Lee. These two are really important characters in the storyline. The cartel are basically the most important characters, and they're going to be characters who are so important. So story is going to be funny, but they have not won any tag team championships yet. I don't know if they're going to win any tag team championships. I do know for a fact that Samantha will be Raw Women's Champion eventually. And then these guys right now are the reigning tag team Raw tag team champions. that's a mouthful. These right now they just won. They just recently won the titles against I forgot their names, the Street Profits, and yeah, basically that's just that. It's honestly that's all it is. They're brothers, they're real blood brothers, but I'll explain more about their story later down the road eventually. These guys are important. And you can see they used to have, I don't know, I took them off, but Alexa Bliss and what's her name again? Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, they're off. I was gonna take some of them off, but I might add them back. I don't know how to do that again. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were, but these are the bad girls that I told you about. The reason why they call themselves the bad girls because they get themselves into trouble and they do bad things. Now it kind of sounds really cliche to call them bad girls because they look kind of bad at the same time they do bad things in a sense. But I don't know. Whatever you want to say, it's really a weird way of calling them that. But I just thought to call them the bad girls because it's a funny reference. And they do bad things, and as you can see, Avril Lavigne is a bad influence on Samantha's daughter Alice, and they're reigning tag team champions, women's tag team champions. That's a mouthful. And it says Raw, SmackDown, NXT is because Avril Lavigne is on SmackDown and Raw, and as for what's her face, Alice is on SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. So I put each character on different brands simply because I wanted to make the story interesting more. That way they can be featured a lot. Although I know certain characters are supposed to be in certain brands, but the reason why I put most of the characters in every single brand is because I don't have a lot of creative characters. So most of my characters are all main character rosters, and most of the characters are from the community creations. I gotta find more community creations or create more characters later down the road. And when I do create more characters, I hope to probably create them when I'm not recording, because it'd be really boring to watch me create characters the entire time. Plus, I need to focus when I'm creating characters. So yeah. So now we're going to NXT, and we're going to Orlando, Florida. And the first match is going to start off with Alice versus Annabelle. Now I told you before, Alice versus Annabelle is basically a match where Annabelle was a creature that Alice was scared of when she was a child, a little doll, if you would say. And this person brought Alice's worst nightmare to life. Now you eventually know who this person will be, and Alice will actually be fighting against her at a point. And yeah, El Mago Jr. is injured right now, and Finn Balor is supposed to fight El Mago Jr. and he asked Alice to basically be his manager for the fight, and Alice is basically, that's her manager attire. That's it. That's all it is. Then we have the main event: Adam Cole versus Anonymous. Now sometimes you're gonna see me play characters and have the real characters versus the creative characters. Sometimes, other times you'll see the real characters. You'll see just the real characters versus each other, or you'll even see the creative characters versus each other. Most of the time, it's gonna be their creative characters versus each other. As of right now, but yeah, because I don't have a lot of characters, like I said, and most of the characters I have are from community creations, and most of them, my characters are all these characters that you see. So Alice, I created Alice, I created Samantha, I created Cole, I created Benny, but I did not create Anonymous. So yeah, every other character I had not created, but still I give them props for helping me with their storyline. So here we start off. So as our first match, we have an NXT of Wednesday night on May. Let's make a week, since it's May in real life. Let's make it May 17th. I want to say, yeah. Let's make it May 18th. It's a Tuesday night, so I couldn't make it Wednesday night. Tomorrow, make it May 19th. Yeah. Let's definitely do that. May 19th. This takes a while to load. I hope the PS5 version is a lot better than this. Okay, so on May 19th, we have our first match, Alice versus Annabelle. This was a matchup that Alice was expecting was going to be crazy. But Alice knew it was going to be a pretty scary match for herself because she was terrified of this creature. But she was not going to let her fears cloud her judgment. So Alice had to do it. She had her mother by her side, making sure that she would actually succeed in ways she would have never comprehended. Alice is a huge fan of Paige, so she was inspired.
Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Alice Bell, representing the Bad Girls. From Hartford, Connecticut, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Alice Bell. Listen to this crowd, guys.
Hold on a second.
As well as they should be. This match has instant classic written.
This isn't the correct. I had to skip that intro first and foremost because that isn't. I repeat myself. That isn't the correct entrance. They messed up her entrance. I gotta fix that. I really gotta fix that before we start this matchup. I just gotta fix it. Something's off about her intro. I don't know why, but it's completely thrown off. It threw me off the game. It threw me off completely. I don't know why it did, but it just did. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I gotta fix that real quick. It has to be this one. That's the one I mean for. Gotta make sure I give her the WWE title, her tag team women's championship title, and make sure it actually links and saves everything. I don't know, the game kind of screwed up a little bit. It wasn't supposed to be. Oh, I see what happened. I see exactly what happened. It makes perfectly good sense now. I was a mistake what I just made. Okay, so her entrance is correct. Everything was correct. The advanced entrance is right. I didn't make it Paige's movement for the title motion. So I gotta fix that real quick. If any, before I end. So let's see. So I gotta fix that real quick. Page. Okay, that should be good. I'm just gonna. I gotta figure out how to actually. I guess that gets better. So I put advanced creation. That's what I did, and what happened was, you see, I thought I screwed up her title. Like the color, because I didn't like the way it was looked, because it was all based on Naomi. I forgot I had that a long time ago. I forgot I did change anything yet. but that's all fixed. It's all fixed now, so it shouldn't be an issue anymore. And nope, the match is still the same. Okay, so let's take 3. Forgive me guys for doing this again. I have to load the screen again. The game loads forever, so yeah, it's not my fault. That's why sometimes I don't like doing live streams when it comes to playing this game. And there's no way I can fast forward it or anything like that, or I can just cut through the dialogue and skip through all the cutscenes, all the loading screens. So pretty much it's just that. But yeah, I had to change that up because I felt kind of off, and that's why I don't like calling her Alice, because the game confuses the character. It's supposed to be accompanied by Samantha, but it says accompanied by Alice. So at first I took off her name. Alice is accompanied by whatever, or I never said it never said her name, but I put her Alice Bell to make it sound better. Even though I say that, it's accompanied by Alice like I did before. So I don't know why the game does that, but it should be accompanied by Samantha. So do your best to ignore that. So let's take 3. When I talk, I told you I talk like a different way. So our first matchup, Alice versus Annabelle. Alice knew it was gonna be a struggling match. She was terrified of this creature, but eventually she would have to come to her senses and face her fears, because this creature wasn't going.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Alice.
You see, accompanied by Alice Bell.
Representing the Bad Girls from Hartford, Connecticut, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Alice Bell.
It's accompanied by Samantha Bell, but it says Alice Bell for some stupid reason.
Michael, in fact, I would go so far as to say this match might just steal the show.
I gotta fix that. Not right now, but I'll fix it later. That's fine right now. And now we're having Alice versus Annabelle. Annabelle is gonna be Alice versus Annabelle. Alice is basically terrified of Annabelle, and Alice is gonna do whatever she could to.
From out of this world.
If this one lives up to the hype, Byron, we're in for an amazing match here tonight. There's no reason to think this one won't live up to the hype, Michael. We're looking at some of the most intense competitors.
Annabelle was that little creepy doll, and Alice had to make sure she took care of that creature the way she knew best, and now it's fighting this creature, not running away from this thing.
Agreed. But I don't think she's overlooking anybody, Cole. That's not the kind of competitor she is.
So at NXT, Samantha would be the one watching, managing her daughter, Alice. As for Alice, she would fight this creature, Orlando, Florida. And Alice is going to keep fighting this creature.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, Corey. Not many people go to it, but that means there's no lines. Hey, want to go with me, Michael?
No, Byron. No chance. Ever. Oh, look at this here. Arm wrench. Overhand chop.
But Annabelle would try to pin Alice for some strange reason.
Not sure what made her think now was a good time for a pin attempt.
But Alice would break out of the pin attempt easily. Alice would just keep trying her best to dominate the creature. Now, the reason why I'm calling Annabelle a creature is because, well, she's literally a doll, so yeah. And there's a demon possessing the doll. So Alice knew that this creature was not going down without a fight. First reason, the main reason why is because this creature was a demon possessing this doll. And Alice can do whatever she could to get this creature down. Alice would climb up the turnbuckle and go for the diving drop. Alice would go for her signature move, Piper's Pit.
She's calling for it. Oh, it's locked in. She's got her where she wants her.
But Annabelle would break out since this demonic figure is strong. And again, the doll's possessed by a creature, so it wouldn't be that easy to take care of that. So last year she had to do more damage to the creature. So Alice would taunt the creature to keep herself from being afraid of the creature. Alice would continuously try to pound the creature, and her mother Samantha would watch in the sidelines, hoping that her daughter would do that. As her mother Samantha cheers her on. The creature would then taunt the crowd and taunt Alice. Alice tries her best to get back up from the ground. Alice deflects the attack from the creature, and now they fight outside the ring as the referee does his 10 count. Alice continuously decides to brutalize the creature and throws her to the barricade. Runs back inside the ring, and the creature follows. Alice has another head smack. Countless head smackings to the creature. Eventually the creature is picked up by Alice. Alice does her finisher again. The Piper's Pit, I believe it's called. Or the armbar. That was so weird. I don't know what happened about that, but that's whatever. I had it. Alice is continuously pounding on the creature.
Things aren't looking good for her. A loving blow to the back. Overhead suplex.
Alice is overwhelmed by the fact that she can't beat the creature as bad as she can, and she's losing some of her stamina because of it. But that doesn't stop her. Now Alice grabs the creature from the turnbuckle and does an arm stretch. Alice does a diving drop on the creature. Alice picks up the creature and does her signature move again, Piper's Pit. I don't think that's Piper's Pit. I might be wrong. I have to look up that move.
And she's toying with her now.
Alice then is ready to prepare her try again. And does it again. The armbar.
Oh, what agility. The armbar is locked in. She's got her where she wants her.
Alice forces the creature to tap out, and Alice is the victor.
This singles match is over.
And your mother, Samantha, cheers her on.
These ladies in action.
Here is your winner, Alice Bell.
You're looking at the winner of this one-on-one match. This is one of those wins you don't forget anytime soon. Believe it or not, that's just the beginning, folks. Stay tuned for
Now the rivalry of Alice and the creature continue growing. Wondering why Alice's hair is white and Samantha's hair is black. Samantha did dye her hair red, half her hair red. If you remember that the other character I showed you, that she had her hair red. Now this match is gonna be Samantha Bell versus the Dakota Kai and Candice LeRae. I don't know if this is a rivalry between Samantha and someone. I don't know who the rivalry is between, but hopefully it's not with Samantha, any of the female competitor. But if that's the case, then that'll be an interesting twist of the storyline that I was not expecting. Because I did add automatically rivals, but whatever. So, Alice's hair is white because, well, it's because of her father, her unknown father. Alice is number 1 in the ranking in the leaderboards, and Samantha is next to her, next in line.
Making her way to the ring, representing the cartel, from Hartford, Connecticut, Samantha Bell.
As you heard, they're from Hartford, Connecticut. That's where she was born and raised. Both her and her daughter are in Hartford, Connecticut, obviously, because Samantha gave birth to this creature. Alice is not a creature. I gotta stop saying that. But Samantha gave birth to us and Alice.
This audience has one of her shirts on here tonight. It's not hard to understand why either. She really is a great role model, especially when you take into account just how much respect she has for the industry, the people in it, and the entire WWE universe.
You hear that? And that's true, because she is a role model, because she's been in WWE since the main storyline, like I told you before. And then we have Candice LeRae.
Baker, so I wonder if her opponents can smell what the LeRae is cooking.
Oh my God, Byron, just what I think. You couldn't be any dumber. She is married to that nerd, Johnny.
Oh, just stop, Corey.
It's a global pity party. Don't let the appearance fool you. Dakota Kai will kick your face clean off your head. From Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Oh boy, Dakota Kai looks like she's in the mood to kick tonight. Dakota Kai is always in the mood for kicking. That's exactly how I can tell, Saxton, or should I say Captain Obvious.
With that in mind, being Captain Obvious isn't as cool as Dakota Kai's title, the captain of Team Kick.
Is there actually other members of Team Kick? Because I thought it had to have more than one person to be considered a team. The first female competitor from New Zealand to make her name at this level.
Dakota Kai is from Auckland, New Zealand. So, funny thing about these matches, I'm not gonna, if whatever happens, anything happens, I'm not gonna restart the matches.
She is possibly one of the toughest members of the entire women's roster. Even some of the male superstars would agree.
Because of her size, Candice is often considered an underdog, but she's proven repeatedly that she's not to be underestimated. It's been a hard-hitting affair here tonight.
These competitors are going to have trouble walking.
I'm not gonna restart the matches if I don't win or anything like that. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I'm just gonna do my right I can to win, and but I will like do rematches. For example, like, let's say if a title's on the line, I will make sure I do a rematch. Like I won't rematch the match automatically. Like it gives me the option to rematch. I'll rematch another match. I'll do like another day where I can do a title match, if that makes sense. I want to make it an interesting story. I made it a real story related thing. I'm not gonna cheat my way through the story. I'm not gonna make the story a player's advantage. It's gonna be where the AI are gonna fight against me, and they're gonna fight against me the way they're supposed to. And if they win against me, oh well. If they lose against me, oh well as well. I'm not gonna give the AI disadvantage where I'm always gonna keep winning all the time. If the AI win, they win. If the AI lose, they lose. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. And that's mainly the story. So this is a triple threat match, so I gotta make sure I take out both of them. Actually, I gotta take out one of them, at least one of them, to win the match. And keep in mind, I'm not always gonna choose the characters. I'm gonna choose. Sometimes I'll randomly choose these characters, or maybe if you guys can comment down below which character you want me to use most of the time, I'd be also interesting. She better not be doing that. Nope, not.
Whoa, impressive. You can say that again. I never thought she'd break free from that one. Oh, didn't go as planned there.
She's in control. The Irish curse.
So Samantha is fighting the two ladies on the NXT. Remember, Samantha is and always was. Samantha is the CEO of the WWE, and she decided to fight these two ladies because she wanted them to see what they're capable of, because she's allowing them to fight, and if they're able to beat her or at least show her what they got, she'll allow them to compete in the main event. And she will allow them to compete in Money in the Bank.
Gotta wonder how this is gonna end, Byron. It's not gonna be good. Jawbreaker! Call it down. Face breaker. That didn't look good. Goes into the pin. Hey, I guess you never know. Oh, dropped in the crossface. She's got her where she wants her.
And she escapes the submission.
Not a lot of people can break out of that one, Michael.
Samantha basically challenges ladies to see if they're capable of competing in the main event, and not the main event, but to compete in what you call it, in Money in the Bank.
She fights out, but that doesn't mean the damage wasn't already done, Michael.
So Samantha is facing these girls simply to challenge to see them if they're capable. As Samantha is laying in the corner, resting her head, Dakota Kai has the advantage right now, taking the lead, and takes down Candice LeRae. All three ladies are completely injured. Samantha is injured from the head to her arms, to her body.
Kicked out there. What's gonna happen now? Oh, switch. Big time lariat. Starting to fire up.
It looks like Candice LeRae is fired up.
This is incredible.
And they're taking out Dakota Kai. That's crazy.
He keeps kicking out. What a match.
Samantha breaks out of Candice LeRae's pins. Candice LeRae thought she could take Samantha down, but Samantha continuously beats Candice LeRae and does her signature attacking move it's a family signature attacking move that both her and her daughter have accomplished. Samantha taught super kick to the face.
To the outside. Back in from the floor.
Samantha super kicks Dakota Kai off the ring, and now he takes Candice LeRae and does her favorite move, go to sleep, GTS. 1, 2, 3, and the winner is Samantha Bell. Now this wasn't a pretty interesting triple threat match because Samantha, even though she beat these ladies, she still allows them to actually participate in the Money in the Bank, but not in main event fighters. They will still be in the main event. They will still be in the Money in the Bank, but they will not be triple threat. They will not be in the main events, matches. I still some kind of thumbs up for that. They will.
Huge win for her against some very tough competition. Simply put, she wanted it more than the other two did tonight. Matches like that are the reason why I love this job so much.
I don't know if you can hear the music, but they might cut it out, not completely, because for copyright issues. I don't know. They could or couldn't. I don't really know for sure. Now we're gonna have an interesting matchup: the Tag Team Brothers versus the Undisputed Era, the Blood Brothers in this sense. These guys are gonna be funny, and for this matchup, I am going to play the Undisputed Era, only because I want to make it give it a twist. So in this matchup, we have the Undisputed Era versus the Blood Brothers. The Raw Tag Team Champions are featured in this match, only because they're doing a charity matchup.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And at a combined weight of 587 pounds, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Blood Brothers.
Here we go, and it sounds to me like the crowd is more than ready for this one. So am I, Michael. I've been looking forward to this match for a long, long time.
these guys are actual blood brothers. The eldest brother being Benny, also known as Bulldog. And basically Benny and Colt are brothers, but Benny came in WWE short after. Benny came in WWE after his brother and retired and came back to WWE. So these dudes are actually brothers in their own right. And like I said, Colt doesn't have a woman in his life, but and again, that's just it. He will eventually get a woman though.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get this match started. When you look at this, it looks like they both did their homework heading into this one. Right for the float over. That was pretty. Oh, that was just malicious. Insulting. What a way to win a tornado tag match. Here's another gander what made this tornado tag match such a memorable one.
That was the easy match. This man easily tapped out already.
Here are your winners, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, Undisputed Era.
It looks like Colt Collins is still a joke of a character.
That's the kind of win you can build some momentum off of. Well, that was indeed a great match. And I think it's worth emphasizing how huge this victory is.
They beat the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions that easily. That was funny. I was not expecting that. It looks like Colt is still a weak character, and he's really. I remind you, he literally just came from the story. In my career, so that's why his attributes are pretty low and bad. And I don't plan on fixing them because I want to actually make it everything. So I am going to play Finn Balor because he's one of my favorites. He's gonna verse El Mago Jr. And like I said, in this storyline, Finn Balor asks, he kind of has a crush on her, but not really. Asks Alice to help him manage him watch his fight because you know she's notorious for her credentials, notorious for a lot of things, I should say, and because of that, Alice is actually accepting that. Alice is actually going to watch Finn Balor's fights because Alice is a fan of Finn Balor, but she's not in love with this man. She's a fan of him, of his work, and yeah.
Welcome, NXT, to Balor Club.
And he is the NXT champion.
The weighing in at 190 pounds, the NXT champion, Finn Balor.
This man is an enigma with a profound skill set that we have never witnessed before. And set to dominate NXT. A world-renowned superstar. Former NXT champion, the first ever Universal champion, Finn Balor, ladies and gentlemen, it's for real. You can just feel the widespread respect that the WWE Universe has for Finn Balor.
From Mexico via Calgary, it's El Mago Jr. And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 185 pounds, El Mago Jr.
El Mago Jr. trained under Riley Flash in Calgary in the same class as Josie Jane, Red, and Trey. It'll be interesting to see how all their careers
They referenced Red and Trey, which Red and Trey is basically Samantha and Colt. And Josie Jane is friends with El Mago Jr., but Josie Jane is also friends with Samantha. And she's not really featured much, but you'll know about her later. So here we have Finn Balor.
And we're here in Orlando, a breeding ground for many of the WWE's top superstars, thanks to the Performance Center. Breeding ground for great commentators, too. And there's Saxton. I don't know how you got bred. Balor's gonna work. Up and there's the reversal from Finn Balor. Right to the skull.
Finn Balor is basically fighting against Mago Jr. Mago Jr. is injured. He has an injured head, but he's not going to stop himself from fighting. Even though the doctor said he should rest, he still chooses to. He still chooses to continue fighting for some reason. And look how easily injured he gets because of that fight, because of his fight. As you can see in the corner there, you can see he's doing a signature move. His signature move 1916. And then we have Alice watching them in the corner here. And then Balor does his 1916 again.
This is Finn Balor's match now.
And then 1916 again.
I think that'll do it. Oh, man, that's... Shoulders are down. And Finn Balor is your winner.
As Alice watches the match of Finn Balor beating Mago Jr., Alice is actually shocked and actually surprised. In Alice's case, she actually sees he's worth his reputation. Reputation suits him.
So for Finn Balor, he grabs the victory here tonight.
Balor took the choice. Your leader has emerged victorious. And it looks to me like our winner is already thinking about the next match. Always one step ahead.
Of course, NXT always loves to have Balor inside. and that's one more match, the main event, Adam Cole versus Anonymous. Now, if I may be blunt, I'm gonna play as Adam Cole, just because I'm using the real characters more often. Like I said before, I'm also gonna be using the real characters and the created characters, but I gotta focus on using the real characters as well too, because I've been playing the created characters more, and I'm gonna use the real characters a little bit more as well. Sometimes I'll actually allow matches to be played where the AI are fighting one another, but it's usually a long match when they do that, so that's why I'm always focused mainly playing myself.
Representing Undisputed Era from Panama City, Florida, weighing in at 210 pounds, Adam Cole!
I gotta know, can either of you think of a more self-absorbed, cocky superstar in this entire company than Adam Cole?
Self-absorbed? What are you going on about, Sax? Adam Cole's the leader of the Undisputed Era. He is the definition of a team player. Take one look at Adam Cole. Try to imagine one day in his shoes and tell me you wouldn't be cocky too.
Oh, good heavens. Are you finished yet?
I can go on all night about Adam Cole, Saxton. Don't test me.
The leader of the Undisputed Era, baby.
Cole, please, don't say baby. You haven't earned the right to say that.
My last name's Cole.
Yeah, not baby.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 427 pounds, Pat King.
Two of WWE's top stars ready to go here in one-on-one action.
This is the match I've been waiting for, guys. Ever since it was announced, I've been looking forward to seeing these two clash.
These two mad titans are gonna clash with one another. Adam Cole, famous for being the Undisputed Era, and Anonymous, the man who's gonna expose him if he does not beat him in this match. That's why the story is basically the storyline of this matchup. That's the reason why these two are clashing in the first place. Adam Cole is going to be exposed for a fraud he is by Anonymous, but Adam Cole has to beat Anonymous to prove to him that he's not really a fraud. So this is the match is for. You are considered a fraud, Adam Cole, and because of that, I will expose you for your fraudulent ways. You think that you're a member of Undisputed Era, you're the leader of Undisputed Era member. You say you're the member and the leader of the Undisputed Era, but the truth may be said that you're nothing but a fraud. Now it's time to expose you. That's what you're made of.
With or without Undisputed Era by his side, Adam Cole always has a trick or two up his sleeve. It should be interesting to see what's in store tonight. Adam Cole looking to end this. Flash shot.
Here's his window. Will he take advantage? My goodness, that connected.
This is gonna be it. Powerbomb connects. This is gonna be it. Powerbomb connects.
Wow. Someone should post that online.
How is Adam Cole going to remain alive?
They'll find him.
Whoa, he works his way out. He's about.
Oh, wow, what a sequence there from Adam Cole. So resourceful.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble here.
Adam Cole's out to his finisher.
Adam Cole is ready to go.
Last shot again. So Adam Cole continuously brutally beats up Anonymous. It shows him that he's not a fraud, and that his act is not just for show. He's just a show off to prove himself. Anonymous sneaks up behind Adam Cole now. Anonymous attempts to break Adam Cole's arm. Adam Cole counters. And then the crowd trees his name. He does his last shot.
Can he score the pin?
And Adam Cole wins, baby.
Take a glimpse at how the future's gonna look.
Adam Cole proves to Anonymous that he's not a fraud.
Here is your winner, Adam Cole. And that's the end of books for Adam Cole.
Gentlemen, we now might be living in the undisputed era. That's exactly why these competitors are main eventers. What an amazing match.
Adam Cole, baby, wins this matchup. Excuse me, I just burped. And that's gonna end NXT night. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this NXT night, because it was a blast. But now we're gonna go fast forward to Friday Night SmackDown. And this is gonna be an interesting matchup. It's nice. That's not supposed to happen. First of all, these guys are not supposed to match. So I could already see a few errors in this match right now. A lot of errors, if I could say. Injury. Scarlet Bulldogs is in her recovery state. She was injured from her last fight against Samantha. Her rivalry with Samantha was intense, but Umaga Jr. is now even more injured and he will not be able to perform in the match, but I will continue posting the match to see how far he can go, because the man still wants to continue fighting in the storyline. Chelsea has recovered from her injury. This was Chelsea Green, but she's fully recovered from her injury, so now she's fully able to compete. So I'm gonna put her in the SmackDown roster right now, but something's off about this roster that the game should not do. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but it keeps adding for some stupid reason. Big E is here, yes, that's correct. But Kofi Kingston, Kofi shouldn't be in the roster. I don't know why it keeps putting him in the roster. Yeah, I gotta take out Mickie James also. She can no longer be in the roster because she's no longer in the WWE universe. Mickie James. Oh, how I hate it when they added these characters in there. These matches don't make any sense. A fatal four-way match. Chelsea Green is on Raw. Brooke, I don't think he's on a show, but I think she's on Raw. But I'll put her on SmackDown for tonight. And also, I'll put I'll put Brooke on SmackDown for tonight. Su Yung is on Raw, but I'll put her on SmackDown tonight as well. I'll put a real person on there. Who should I put? Who's on SmackDown in real life? No, I'll put Josie Jane on there. Why not? I guess I'll put Cameron Lee on there. So it'll be a fatal four-way. show opener. Self-promotion. Let's see who's promoting themselves. Avril Lavigne will promote herself. And that match has to change. A 5-on-5 Extreme Rules match. It'll be a males matchup. Colt will be in there. Spider-Man will be in here as well. It's not no Kofi, he's not ignored. He's on Raw, not SmackDown. AJ Styles. Big E. Shinsuke Nakamura. Why is it EST versus no, not the EST is on SmackDown. However, I'm not making a SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm making someone else SmackDown Women's Champion. Bayley's SmackDown Women's Champion right now, but she's gonna lose her title match too. Okay, I gotta fix that. This is gonna be a Falls Count Anywhere match. Benny, he's on Raw, but he can feature SmackDown. He can be in SmackDown because of his. It's Amago Jr. He's not supposed to fight, but I'm gonna keep making him fight because Amago wants to keep fighting. And this match should not happen. These matches should not happen. These are basically fluke matches, ask me. So I'm gonna change that up. I'll probably keep this one. No, Carmella is not in Carmella is in SmackDown, but she's not. It's not her right now. It's not her at all. So I gotta change that. Yeah, that can't happen. But I will do this, a tag team match. Let's have a tag team match indeed. Let's have the tag team champions. Versus Bayley and Sasha Banks. Oh, it would be a triple threat match indeed.
Sir Yahi Game Mobile Me AA Sakti High.
What do I do? Watch my own videos. No, I was just looking at the comments. Hello, sir. Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm just telling you the broadcasting storyline. If you didn't hear me talking this earlier, is doing a storyline, of course. That's what I was trying to say. But we are doing a triple threat match. Tables, ladders, and chairs, or a let's not make it that intense just yet. Let's just make it a normal triple threat match. It's gonna get intense real soon, though. I promise you guys that. So we're going to have Sarah. Sarah is important to the storyline, like I told you before. Because she's from Egypt. Nightmare Live is basically a nightmare version of Liv Morgan, except Nightmare Live is not really Liv Morgan. It's like a alternate version of Liv Morgan, like I don't know what you call it, but something like an evil version of Liv Morgan. Flair, she's on Raw, so she can't be featured on SmackDown. Harley Quinn, also on Raw, but she could be a SmackDown character. Just because I'm running on characters' ideas, I'm putting her here. So, keep going, we're almost there. Character creations. Colt and this dude, should they fight Lars Sullivan? Yeah, why not? This is not a good combination, no. I do like the fact that they have a 2-on-2 mixed gender match, but it's gonna be this way. I'm gonna do it where should I? Let's see. Wait. Oh, is the mixed gender matchup? No, they don't change my matches. Okay, it's fine. So the match is Finn Balor and Bayley. No, that can happen because Bayley's already participating in a match. It's gonna be even though it will be a 7th match, it's not likely, not possible. Finn Balor and Bayley should not fight each other. Not fight alongside each other. So it's gonna be a mixed tag team match. But no, it'll be a special version of a mixed tag team match. So custom matches, a 2-on-2, a mixed match TDM, which basically means a team deathmatch version of a mixed matchup. So Avril Lavigne will be the main tag, and her partner will not be Roman Reigns. Even though that's not a good idea, but it's not going to be Roman Reigns. It's going to be another created character. The created character will be who should be? Why not? Oh, no, let me see more options to create characters first. I might choose Tyler Young. Should it be Savage Doc? I mean, Savage Doc is close with Sarah. Let's make it an interesting twist, or not yet. Let's not make that happen just yet. But Tyler Breeze. Tyler Black, not Breeze. And we are going to have not Vanessa Byrne. Interesting. Don't have a lot of characters. Why not be Josie Jane? Josie Jane is an option, I'm guessing now. I rarely use her, so why not? Josie Jane, where are you? There you are. Now a male competitor. Manga Jr. Should he fight? He is already fighting at a match. Oh, I know the dude. Adam Cole, not Adam Cole. Quinn Cole, whatever that dude's name was. Cole Quinn or something like that. He's in there. Another interesting created character, I guess. They were part of the main storyline, of course, of my career. That's what these guys are from. Cole Quinn and Josie Jane and what's his face? El Mago Jr. Can't find him. I'll just give him Sammy Guevara. I'll use him. Why not? That's an interesting matchup. I'll leave that as that. This is not a good match. Not one bit. So let's make it a death match. A team death match. A team death match. A team deathmatch, and the competitors will be Lauren and Vanessa Byrne against that would be right, 2020. Okay, Olivia Storm. And Canalis Arkwright. I'm probably butchering your name. And that should be the closing. Yes, that should be the matchup. So next night, Sunday night will be. I should add something Saturday night, maybe. I'll think about that. But Sunday night is going to be the show opener on Money in the Bank. As you all see right here. I don't know if I could find a way to do that, but here's the rivalries. So storyline, I told you the storyline is intense. The intensity is low, but these two ladies are rivalries has not started yet, but it's gonna start. See that Samantha and Scarlett Bodox. I don't know how to say her name, but you know what I mean. Scarlett. I'll call her Scarlett for short. They're basically have high rivalry because they've been rivals for some time now. But these guys' rivalries is gonna increase. Not only other rivalries, but wait, what? A mother and daughter rivalry in NXT? Now that's pretty intense right there if you ask me. Hold on a second, let me see this real quick. Characters.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Just doing the storyline, of course. Well, this is crazy. A mother and daughter rivalries, is that what it says? Intensity low. A rivalry has not started yet, but why is there a rivalry between the mother and daughter? They're best friends. I even made them friends so they don't ever have rivalries with one another. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it a friendship rivalry or something? I'm missing something out here. So on NXT it says they have a rivalry, but what kind of rivalry is it? Is it like it's like a friendship rivalry, some sort? If it, please tell it's a friendship rivalry, because I don't want it to be where they have intense arguments with one another. That'd be really weird. And also, it's not weird, but it's just, and it's not what I want the story to be about. I want it to be mainly about where these two are gonna actually get along with one another. And so far, this looks like they're either not rivaled with each other, because it says they're allies, 100% allies. See that? They're even says they're she's her manager. The same person is their manager. See, like, look, a manager. See, she's assigned to Raw and SmackDown and NXT. No, she's assigned to Raw and NXT, not SmackDown. Raw and NXT. But it's weird. I don't get it. Why is it saying that she's rivaled with her mother, Samantha, and Alice? Does it? Doesn't make sense to me, but I'll leave it as that for now. Hopefully I can see the rivalry doesn't get intense. But enough talk, let's start the show now. And as we all know, this is where the story gets more interesting. And SmackDown Live, the day before, Saturday, the day before Sunday, Money in the Bank night. This will be an interesting matchup, because why? Because we are going to feature the most interesting matches that ever could happen to this very day, and that is the show opener itself.
All week long for this. I cannot wait to see what happens.
I made a mistake. I should have done something Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live, I called it Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live. Okay, hopefully the game doesn't mess up my character creations, my character setup. I just did. I'm really heated, okay? Let's see characters. Yeah. Good. 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 Why did it change the match? Why did it change the matches? I hate when you start over like that. Like sometimes I hate that. I don't know why it does that. It's so stupid. Like this was not the match. Daniel Bryan versus Colt. It was not the match. Fuck it. I'll leave it like that. I don't feel like changing it. Savage Doc versus Baron Corbin. It was supposed to be Savage Doc versus Anonymous. Fuck it, I'll leave it like that as well. This is the main event though. I'm good thing it didn't change the main event. Okay, so I'm gonna add a show here. Make it wait. Which type of show do you want to create? A major or minor show? What's the difference in a minor show? The show is called Main Event. No. Saturday. No, what's called it? Chance of a Million. That's what's gonna be called. A storyline, of course. What does this mean? Commentary, general purpose. Mae Young Classic. I guess that will do for now. Chance of a Million it's called. And it's only going to be oh, forget it. Of course we gotta feature these 3 shows. They're my main brands. Why would I not feature them? They're gonna be 14 matches. They has to be 14 matches. The match table. Yes. So the next day we're going to be starting this matchup, which will be exciting, so I'm going to wait for that. Takeover. What's this going to be? Hosting show. Of course, only NXT featured. Takeover UK. I just had the Billions idea. Extreme Rules, host shows, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Save that for sure. SummerSlam, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. save that show. No, don't simulate the match. SummerSlam is gonna be Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Hell in a Cell. 14 matches, of course. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So it was gonna be 14 matches. I gotta make it more intense. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. 14 matches once again. Super Showdown. Yes. Survivor Series. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Let's go. It's gonna be 14 matches once again. TLC. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We gotta go hard on these boys. Takeover. What's this takeover? Takeover Phoenix. This one's gonna be a fascinating one. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Wait, no. Screw that. NXT, Raw, SmackDown. Yeah, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Raw, NXT, SmackDown. It's gonna be an interesting one. This one will take place in January. Takeover. Royal Rumble. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. A Royal Rumble match. It'll be a crazy one. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be sick. Can't wait for January. That's gonna be sick and intense. Elimination Chamber. That's also gonna be a freaking sick one, but not sick because Royal Rumble. Road to WrestleMania will be the best one because Royal Rumble are basically the usual Road to WrestleMania matches. Fastlane, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. It's gonna be a 14 matches once more. Yes, 14. Is this NXT TakeOver in New York? I'm gonna fix that real quick. For now, I'll leave it as that. SmackDown, NXT, and 14 matches. What? 13 matches they're gonna set up for WrestleMania? No, it has to be crazier than that. WrestleMania is gonna be the craziest match. A lot of crazy shit will go down in WrestleMania. I promise you guys that. And that's the end of the series for this storyline. So, for NXT New York, I'm gonna add something right here. Right here. I'm gonna make Mae Young Classic. The pay-per-view is gonna be called Mae Young Classic. This is gonna be the girls' matches, the Mae Young Classics. Classic. The Mae Young Classic. That's what it's gonna be featured. As if I was a serious song. That's the Mae Young Classic song. Mae Young Classic. There it is. Mae Young Classic. Mae Young Classic. There it is. Mae Young Classic. Mae Young Classic. Where's the Mae Young Classic logos? There it is. Look, location should be in. Line will come to an end for today, but it still continues, as you all know. But sooner or later, as you all know, live with brothers and sisters, and I have my brother said he's gonna play on the PS4 soon, so that means yeah, you know what that means already. So, but as we work on this right now, try to make the game more exciting. Mae Young Classic is gonna be this important match right here. And the hosting shows will be Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. That's the Mae Young Classic right there. Should add more shows just to make the storyline last longer. I'll do that later, though not right now because I'm kind of behind. And I just want to finish this tonight's show so I can start what you call that other show. I can start Money in the Bank.
Can you guys feel the excitement? There's an electricity in the air because it's SmackDown Live time! We're heading straight toward the pay-per-view, and tonight's SmackDown Live is the proving ground for the men and women of WWE to see who truly has what it takes.
we're back, guys. Sorry, I was in a little break doing something real quick, but we're back. So we're gonna try to finish tonight's show, which is Friday Night SmackDown live, and this is my favorite show. I've always liked SmackDown live, but I begin to liking Raw more. But right now in real life, I like SmackDown live because it's better. But in this storyline, well, Raw is more interesting compared to SmackDown live. As you could see, you don't see the protagonist because she's not always in SmackDown. She's mainly in Raw. That's her brand, but she can feature herself in SmackDown if she wanted to. Don't know why they put Daniel Bryan in here. It was not supposed to be Daniel Bryan, but I'll let it slide. Just this once. And now, in these opening shows, like you see these opening shows when they do like promos, I usually narrate the character's voice, or it makes the character say this and that. So today we're gonna have the WWE Tag Team Women's Champion narrate, start off the show by promoting herself. And she's gonna pretty much do it in a fashionably way. It'll be a second, guys. I gotta go for again. Hopefully this could be the last stand.
I had a feeling we would start this way. Look at that. She means business. This crowd obviously wants to know what's going on.
WWE Universe. Today we are going to host.
Gotta like that attitude. Okay.
Thank you.
Very well put.
What's going on, WWE Universe? I'm psyched. Tonight here, we are fans. Tonight we are gonna make things interesting for us all, because I'm telling you right now, I am the WWE Tag Team Women's Champion, and I will make you all happy. That's not what it exactly says, but I'm butchering the words, of course.
That's one way to start. Well,
I like this excitement. I'm telling this right now, my friends, that if you guys like me, my tag team partner, and Alice, the bad girls, perform really well tonight, well, because tonight you're going to see us perform, and we're going to do the best we can, and we're going to do it the bad girls style. Because that's what we are, the bad girls, and we're going to keep doing it, and I'm going to promote, I'm going to do better, and then increase my chances, and you'll all see it coming.
Gotta like that attitude. Definitely a fan favorite.
Because all of you know, most superstars out here spend their entire careers trying to get one chance at a shot at glory. I'm not going to be the one letting them do that. So, if you guys want to see me perform work, I've worked so hard to get where I'm at, and I'm not going to let anyone stand in my way. My best friend, Alice, she deserves more than this, and I'm going to help her become better.
Well, okay. A fan favorite.
The management needs to fulfill what we agreed upon, and that's as I signed with WWE. They promised me fame, fortune, and to become the greatest female superstar in the history of this business. We will build, and I'm collecting the best of the best. I became a WWE superstar because sometimes I prove myself, and I aim just to that. Keep an eye up for, because incredible things are on the horizon, and I'm gonna make things better for all of us. for my friend, for the team, for the WWE Universe itself.
Message received, and I, for one, can't wait. That was top-notch right there. I'm not sure if we can top that, but we would do our best as we move along with our program.
After Ava Levine performed her unique and satisfying promo about herself, promoting herself basically, she's going to be a pretty interesting character now, to say the least. Hopefully the universe has heard her calling. A fatal 4-way matchup.
Get it. The following contest is a fatal 4-way match. Making her way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Brooks Danger.
I was thinking of making Brooke Danger Brooklyn Von Braun's daughter, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'll make Brooklyn Von Braun's daughter in a different way.
Of being a match of the year candidate.
What about you, Byron? What should we expect to see from her here tonight?
Well, I fully expect to see her play within the rules here. She simply has too much respect for the business and her opposition to fight dirty.
And her opponents, first, from New York, Sue Young.
This is it. This is the match we've all been waiting for.
And the electricity level in the arena right now is unlike anything I've ever felt.
Sue Young's will be an important character in the storyline as well. And the reason why I put her is because, you know, she has to work her way up.
Right now, Michael, but yeah, these competitors definitely stand out when thinking about the top women in the industry.
The talented Josie Jane is here. And from Los Angeles, Josie Jane.
Josie Jane got her start training in Calgary alongside Red and Trey under the infamous Riley Flash.
I feel
They-
bad for anyone who trained under Riley.
They
It's like
mentioned
starting a marathon with a bear trap
the
around
main characters, Red and Trey, which is the nickname of Samantha and Cole. Colt, not Cole, Colt. Samantha and Colt. And she is a training partner of Samantha and Colt back in under Riley Flash's influence. And here's one of my favorite characters. Another important character I told you the storyline.
And representing the cartel from Damascus, Syria, Cameron Lee.
A big-time fatal 4-way match coming up here, guys.
Which means, believe it or not, we're going to be sending away 3 of these superstars with a loss here tonight.
I'm gonna change her birthplace. She's gonna be from Instead, she'll be from Mexico. Some part of Mexico since her father is Mexican and he's a cartel boss.
Like that takes incredible mental toughness. It becomes very difficult to attempt a pinfall without being interrupted. It's all about extending your own opportunity, Cole. Pinfalls and submissions are not going to be easy to come by. That's right, because once a fall is scored, the match is over. That's why a key to success in a fatal four-way is being in the right place at the right time. Someone call a dentist. Inside the ring now, just caught flush. Devastating elbow. Hold on. She wants to take this one to the floor. Suplex. Oh.
So it looks like Cameron Lee is gonna face off against Su Yung. While that's happening, Josie Jane and Broca are fighting each other inside the ring. Samantha Lee and Su Yung are fighting each other outside the ring.
In a fatal four-way, Corey, strategy is so important. The combatants must be aware that they can find themselves in somewhat of a handicap match if alliances form. It could be a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 situation. Any way you look at it, this match is an uphill battle. She returns the favor there. She got out of the way there. Her evasion techniques are on point. Gotta find a way to get out of this. Fights free there, and that can change the entire complexion of this match. Uh-oh, submission move. And the ropes will break this one up. Looks like she's got a new lease on life here, Cole, but can she capitalize? Uh-oh. What a hurricane. Just getting all twisted up, fighting for survival. No, she plays it. Wow. The escape on us, Michael. Nice drop kick. Oh, could this be it? Big hook. Wow, she turned that one around. And another reversal. Seems like we're back where we began, Michael.
I forgot how annoying Josie Jane was. This is why I never have her in the game.
You're not going to get her that easy. She powered off there, Michael. Movement there. Windmill kick. Look at this. Hair pull mat slam. And she's back in the ring now. Nice buster.
So it looks like they're trying to completely damage me. I see that already. But Cameron Lee is strong, and she's not going down without a fight. But You gotta be kidding me. Did she really counter that move? I'm heated. She can play that game.
She's in full control now. Oh, that was scouted. Here we go. With a sit-out nasty. Setting up for the T-bone. Collar flip. Cover hit. And the count's broken, keeping the match alive. It's not over yet.
Brooke is on fire. Don't you dare try to take my chance.
These competitors have been going deep into their arsenal all match, but have not found a way to end it at all. Swing.
And we have a winner. Cameron Lee with the RKO finish. That is her actual finisher. Not lying about that.
It's one of the most unpredictable and entertaining matches in WWE. That's a big win any day of the week, on any show, in any arena, Michael. What a way to kick off tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started.
So Cameron Lee wins this matchup. In the storyline, of course, that's the confirmed storyline. That was an interesting match. Now we have a 5-man Extreme Rules match. So there's gonna be an intense match. Of course, I gotta go with my man, the legendary Colt Collins himself. This dude is Trey, by the way, if you guys had no idea. I'm starting to regret having Spider-Man in this match, but oh well. Simon was never much of a fighter, but he was, but not a wrestler, that's the thing. Now I guess he's gonna be a featured character from the storyline. And this is his intro theme song. It's Baron Corbin's.
Is a fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match. And representing the Blood Brothers from Hartford, Connecticut, weighing in at 216 pounds, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, Colt Collins.
The crowd sounds ready for this Extreme Rules match, but Byron, are the superstars ready for what they're about to go through? Extreme Rules is such a demanding match that I don't see how anybody could ever be fully ready to compete in such an environment. Remember, guys, the title is not on the line here tonight. I don't think that matters to the champ, Cole. Look at him. He looks more fired up than ever before.
Weighing in at 194 pounds, the Fighter Man.
Byron, are you at all surprised by the intensity level inside this arena right now?
Not in the least bit, Michael. This is the one the WWE Universe has been looking forward to for quite some time.
Spider-Man looks funny in that outfit.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
Weighing in at 218 pounds,
Well, it seems to think that when AJ Styles made his debut at the Royal Rumble a couple years ago, he wondered if he would even fit into WWE. But obviously he has done more than just fit in. He has excelled at this level.
That's actually really useful technique, especially when I used to be pro. I go to the bar and I go like beer and say, hey, is anybody just get like a small thing of Diet Coke or shot of Diet Coke? Most of the time the bar would give me Diet Soda for free for like whatever, just a mixer. So I would shove in a thing of Diet Soda and then I'd have a beer, liquor, basically whatever drinking, so it actually get me 18% drunker. It's weird how the Diet Coke will actually... It literally, but it's not just money. It get clothes and that's materialistic shit. Women will keep you running, use you. Yeah, that's not...
don't you dare be sour. Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power.
It's infectious. It's the power of positivity.
And representing the New Day from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds,
Big E is a mountain of muscle. I can't imagine trying to kick out of a pin with him on top of you.
Well, I'm proud to say I've never imagined Big E pinning me. Not on my bucket list.
This will be an interesting matchup. Big E versus AJ Styles versus Spider-Man versus Colt Collins. But Big E is no longer, as you know, in the real life compared to real life storyline and this storyline. Big E and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are not officially the New Day. They're still New Day, but they're not like in the same division because Raw. And don't forget Shinsuke Nakamura. He isn't that intercontinental championship. I gotta change that for.
from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion. He is the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura!
One of the most dangerous superstars WWE has ever known. And not only because he's a world-renowned striker, maybe the best in the whole business, you are looking at a master of mind games, a psychological warrior. games, that sinister-like attitude represents the true personality of Shinsuke Nakamura. A man who feels he has freed himself from the weight of the WWE Universe.
This will be an interesting match indeed.
There's no telling what a competitor is capable of when they're battling under extreme rules.
Oh, make no mistake about it, this match is high stakes, high risk, and high reward. A mistake here can take years off your career.
Yeah, it's impossible to predict what kind of danger awaits because everything and anything is legal here, gentlemen.
Bodies must be writhing in pain right now. The breaking point must be on the horizon.
But yet they continue forward, showing no desire to quit.
Reverses. Can he make him pay? German suplex.
Colt decides to break some on the table. Whether
Here's Nakamura with some offense of his own. Truly spectacular.
Really just laying it in.
Back in the ring now. I don't believe it. And that table can shorten careers, Michael.
Big E making a statement as we speak. Endless knee strikes.
He's in a bad spot now. Yeah, he's got to find a way out of that corner.
Shinsuke is purged. Down he goes.
He's looking to bring this one to the outside where things can get ugly in an instant.
I hate when Shinsuke throws me out of the ring like that. It's so annoying, but it's whatever.
Here's Nakamura with some offense of his own.
Here it comes. Stay away from the one. Oh, this is going to be painful.
Body grab is locked in deep. He breaks the hold.
With all the destruction, with all the carnage, Byron, is there a key to victory in something like this? There cannot be any hesitation to do what you've got to do. You have to be aggressive and stay on the attack. That's what it's all about. Go out all this time, dig down deep, do what you have to do. This takes strength, speed, and innovation. Don't forget about a merciless mean streak. Nakamura able to avoid damage there. No, another reversal. Neither one of them were willing to give an inch here.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Yes, you can use affirmations for your appearance.
AJ Styles seems healthy.
Repeat after me. My hair is long and healthy. My eyes light up the room. My smile is gorgeous. My skin is radiant and glowing. I have my ideal body. I am stunning. I have clear skin. I adore the person that I see in the mirror.
So ruthless.
Now that's how you use the table to your advantage.
Yes, you can believe it for me in real life.
He's going for it all. Incoming. Diving hard. He's going for the pin. He's bringing it back inside the ring now.
Uh-oh. No way. Good God. Vernon Frankenstein.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. Oh, what for? Had it scouted. Perhaps they're going to take the action to the outside here. Impact. Oh no, for the table. It's a bad intentions. Oh my God! Come on, Big E. Oh man, Big E is in serious trouble now. Oh, the sledgehammer connects. That'll scramble your insides. Oh, and he lands it. Really relying on that.
Excuse me. It's literally beating the highlights out of Spider-Man.
I think that was harder than the first.
As for Colt being the living highlights out of AJ Styles. Big E gets up from his injury.
Showing some agility. That was impressive. Big elbow. What a counter. Running FTO plants him. Nicely done. Suplex. Oh my God. Oh, the ladder finds the mark. It'll be tough to bounce back from that one. Got him good there. That's twice now with the ladder. Oh, that's the second time. You don't want to get hit with that once, let alone twice. Ooh, treading all over their opponent. Using the elbow as a weapon. It's a go. Right on the mark. Again. Hey, it seems to be working for him. Oh, the ladder finds the mark. It'll be tough to bounce back from that one.
Colt continuously injures Big E's legs with the ladder. Because in the storyline, Big E will be injured by Colt.
He has become relentless at this point. Things are playing out exactly how he envisioned. That connected. I think that was harder than the first time, Cole. Boom, what a forearm. The right meteor. Here's Nakamura with some offense of his own. Oh, he's really taking it to him. Man, this is not good at all. Got him. That sledgehammer can cause some serious damage. The ladder is up. Boom. Shinsuke Nakamura was just one step behind. Into the ponytail. Two. Wow. Back now inside the ring.
This is the rebound I got. Sabrina the triple double.
Up and away.
This is the rebound I got.
Down with the suplex.
Spider-Man thinks he can push me down with that. As Colt tries to recover from his injury.
Hit the mark with that one. Nice. The end is near. Kinshasa. How do you come back from that? Shinsuke has something different in mind here. Wow. She got airline miles for that. Harsh impact. Down to the floor. They get dangerous out here, especially when there are no countouts. Here it comes. He's got him. Oh, Corey, he unloaded there. Oh, flying forearm. Setting up. Ouch. Penny predicament. Two. Against all odds. He's got the victory.
Big E was too late by the time Colt pinned down AJ Styles. And he tried to stop the referee from pinning him, from pinning it. Instead, he missed it, the chance, and the referee got kicked through the back of the neck, and still counts to 3, which makes Colt the winner. Colt pretty much injured everyone in the matchup. He was barely injured the whole match. That was the point of this match. Well, I was trying to make sure he didn't get injured as much. Once again, the WWE Raw Tag Team, the WWE Raw Tag Team Champion.
Now you just got to take the win and build off it. You're watching WWE live from Los Angeles, and boy, is this crowd fired up.
The Raw Tag Team Champion is still able to function, and he'll be able to survive and be and allow himself to participate in. He'll still be able to participate in the Money in the Bank. And this will be a big event for him because his title will be featured in that match. But we'll see what happens from there. Now El Mago Jr. will face off against Benny. A Falls Count Anywhere match. Mago Jr. wants to end his career early for some reason, but knowing Benny, he's gonna do whatever he can to make sure he gets his wishes. Even after the doctors told Mago Jr. countless times to not participate in the match because he's too injured, he refused to listen. So in this storyline, we're going to see how far Mago Jr. will go to give himself the opportunity to do what he has to do. Benny is basically the brother of Colt Collins, or Colt. His name is Benny Collins, but it doesn't really say it because he's this is going to be a match to remember. Countless times, countless times, El Mago Jr. is supposed to retire. Well, retire, but he's supposed to be out of recovery. And told by the doctors he's not supposed to fight, but this man still chooses to fight. Continuously chooses to fight.
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. Oh, and he lands it. Really relying on that tonight.
Mago Jr. continues to fight, even after being told countless times by the doctors that he cannot fight, and he will not, and is not capable of fighting. He still wants to fight. Now he's going to try to win the WWE title, but he's not going to be able to be the WWE champion because he's just too injured.
Situations like this usually don't end very pleasantly. Corey, what can a superstar do if they find themselves playing defense in this match? You got to find a way to create separation and buy yourself some time. Collect yourself. Otherwise, the beating will continue. It's a battlefield out there, and you have to navigate around the landmines. Great evasion. Saw that one coming. No, another reversal. Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here.
So as El Mago Jr. continues fighting Benny, the Raw Tag Team Champion, the brother of Colt Collins, they're both Raw Tag Team Champions. Now you're wondering why, if they're Raw Tag Team Champions, why are they featured in SmackDown? Well, it's simply because Colt Collins is basically the manager of Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and he wanted his brother to fight. He wanted his brother to be part of this this matchup because, well, El Mago Jr. is a SmackDown representative, but he challenged this dude Benny to the match. He challenged Benny to fight him in an Extreme Rules matchup, even after the doctors had strictly said that he cannot fight in matches, that he cannot participate in any fights, simply because he's too injured to fight in a match, and he's gonna injure himself even worse, and then he can end up injuring his career. But he refuses to listen and allows himself to continue fighting. And because of that, well, that's on him. The doctor said whatever happens to him, it's on him because they warned him and he wasn't listening. So yeah, but Benny, he's not gonna let anyone stand in his way. The doctors say that he's not supposed to fight. Not Benny, but says Umaga-Junior's not supposed to fight because look at his head. That's the most injured part of him right now, and he still chooses to fight. So Benny is giving in Extreme Rules to a fight, beating the living highlights out of him right now. Not gonna end the match that early though, that's for sure.
But hey, maybe he has something even bigger and badder planned. Boom! Right between the eyes. Boom! What a forearm! What's this? Beautiful Northern Light suplex. Beginning of the
Ooh, he's bleeding on the face. Shoulder. Bleeding on the face. Benny had some this time. And here comes the table finisher. Umaga Jr. is not supposed to fight. Benny does a choke slam to the table.
Now that is an exclamation point.
Umaga Jr. still chooses to stand back up after that crazy intense match. Benny wants to keep fighting Umaga Jr. and wants to take him to the extreme. Because that's what he wants, an Extreme Rules match. So Benny and Umaga are going to keep fighting each other. But Benny chooses to go backstage. Or walks towards the stage.
Oh, here we go. The Umaga just shattered their face. His shoulders are down. Very curious move to go for a pinfall at this point. Wow, what a display of heart and determination. Proving tough to catch. Oh, nasty impact. Jarring impact.
So now Benny wants to go backstage. Umaga Jr. follows him backstage. Now the fight will continue backstage. It will be an intense fight for sure. This fight will be pretty intense, to be honest with you. 100% intense to the brutal.
This matchup can take us anywhere. It's a falls count anywhere contest. No countouts and no disqualifications. This type of match, it doesn't take long for things to get completely insane. Anything goes. That's one of the reasons there's little time to recover from an opponent's attack in a falls count anywhere encounter. You have to imagine we're hitting the late stages of this matchup. Who's going to dig deeper at this point? It might just take that extra push, that extra inch further to create the difference.
So Benny and Umaga are no longer fighting.
What a sequence.
I mean, no longer fighting it with the crowd, where the crowd are screaming and shouting and everything crazy like that. So instead, they're fighting to the extent.
No surprise. How about
guy, that table right there. This isn't going to be pretty. Oh, no, look out, guys. Broken in half.
He is in complete control. Whack. Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Oh, he's really taking it to him.
Man, this is not good at all.
He's definitely being the aggressor here.
This is what he feeds off of. Saw what he had in mind there.
Umaga Jr. has made a mistake for trying to challenge Benny like that, because Benny's a really tall dude, but Umaga Jr. didn't listen, so he's gonna pay the price. And Benny said he would end Umaga Jr.'s career, so in a storyline we're gonna see what happens from there. We can see Daniel Bryan backstage talking to Renee Young. It may look like Renee, it may seem, I think it's Renee Young. I could be wrong, but I think it is Renee Young. Who else could it be? Yep, yeah, it is Renee Young. They're running away. There's Charlotte Flair sitting in that table. I think it's Charlotte Flair. Yeah, it's Charlotte Flair. She's running away as well. Everyone else is running away.
Boom, boom, persistent barrage.
Now we're gonna go back to the crowd to entertain people. Can't run that much anymore. I'm running out of stamina. But you can see Benny's not injured at all. His body feels completely fine. Only thing that's injured is, only thing that's low is his health bar, but his health bar is only half green, so he's good. He's good. He's surviving. He's doing well compared to El Mago Jr. over here. He's actually struggling, and somehow he's still managing to keep himself up. The doctor specifically said not to fight. Mago Jr. the doctor told Mago Jr. not to fight, but this man refuses to listen, and he continues to fight, holding his head like he's injured really badly.
Gets him with a counter.
Now he opens the locker rooms, and guess where they're at? Locker rooms.
Boom! Right between the eyes.
There's a setup for the backbreaker.
Boom, what impact.
That connected. I think that was harder than the first time, Cole.
Doing some more damage here.
Michael, that is so dangerous.
So Mago Jr. is being completely injured. Both his arms and his head. His head's the most severely injured right now. That's why the doctor said he cannot fight in this fight. He still fights continuously.
A striking blow. This place is going insane.
The ground beneath my feet is shaking.
The doctor said he cannot fight, and he still chooses to fight.
Ah, a big uppercut. Bounces him off the television set. Get out of the way. Bam, right through the TV.
But can they turn that into a win?
He continuously injures on Mago Jr. and breaks the television set. This is a crazy intense fight to the core. How much more can Benny deal to Mago Jr. until this man is out of commission completely? And then breaks the dude's neck. This man is insane. This man is truly insane. How much heights can he go further? Now Benny chooses to walk out of the ring, walk out of the backstage, and goes back into the ring, and sweetly takes his time. So they're back inside the ring, inside the ring, the arena, and now they're gonna get more intense. I'm pretty sure.